That should be me set up as well.
Alright, let me know when you guys are ready.
Yeah, all good to go, Squid.
Yeah, should be all good to go there as well, yeah.
Oh no.
Huh. No clue where that tank was.
Alright, we'll go ahead and start this off. Because Twitch app is being hella gay right now. But anyway, wait, yeah. After 3 months of hiatus, we actually got on to episode 17. Yeah, I don't really know what happened. Like, we had stuff planned for episode 17. Like as soon as we got episode 16 planned, or not planned but done. But a lot of stuff came up, so we decided to take a break from a lot of stuff.
Hmm. Well,
So, without further ado, gents, if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself to everyone.
sure thing. So I'm Ultra Super Doggo, just more commonly known as Doggo, and I'm the commanding officer for the 1st Battalion, Royal Regiment of Scotland.
I'm Bomber Ben, just go by Bomber, and I'm the 3IC of the 1st Battalion Royal Regiment of Scotland.
That's
Alright, so, Jesus, there's like a lot of shit's happening since the last time we had did a stream. So, let's start off from our most recent one, with the IHOG declaring war on ARW.
yeah.
Start from there.
I've seen this popping up on Twitter now, so
Yeah, I
seems to
saw
be-
that and I laughed.
I saw it last night. I thought it was just a joke. Next thing you know, I'm getting tagged in the early morning. It's like, hey, retweet it, blah, blah, it's a war doc.
Well, I think like I saw it this morning there when I was getting in for work. I only saw the video first, more like showing up that it was that MilSim news. They're like the other news networks page, just like saying, "Oh, ARW is recruiting," and I was like, "Oh, that's just a video of absolutely horrendous shooting on their part where they're sat in a transport helo." I think in a pub
they
match
were
as well.
trying to
I'm
do
pretty
the
sure
whole
it's in a public match
yeah.
as well, and it's just them. And then I was like, okay, I honestly didn't think anything of it. And I think about halfway through the day, my 2IC is like saying, "Hey, have you seen this hilarious war doc?" And I was like, "What? What's it for?" And then I just go back to this Twitter post that I saw earlier in the day, and then there's this whole massive chain of tweets just on it, going about saying, "Oh yeah, this is shit," or "What are you think you're doing?" or "You have absolutely horrendous accuracy," and all these other different things about it. And it was just kind of a nice little laugh for my intro of my day.
Yeah, if you ever seen the movie Apocalypse Now, everyone should have by now. You got the Ride of the Valkyries scene. They got fuckers flying over just shooting the shit out of everything. But you also, I'm not sure if he's seen that or if he was trying to replicate the whole scene from the anime Gate, where they do the exact same shit they Apocalypse Now. But as they're flying over some castle or some shit, they're just random. It just reminds both of them right there. So it could be some weeb action right there.
Oh yeah, like I literally more even like looking at just the video itself.
I
It's
mean,
just,
to be honest, with that whole tweet, I think with Battlefield 4 at the moment, I think because everyone knows that the private service of Battlefield 5
no one's
are
really
coming
doing
out.
anything in Battlefield 4 though.
Yeah,
I mean, if you
I think
notice,
it's
the
just dying off,
community's
so
actually
people
been
are just
kind of quiet, with the exception of like I was in there. Like it was brought to my attention that Fifth Fleet was acting a fool, and I managed to get a thing of their kit list and I already tell it's already fucked. So I was talking to their vice admiral, and I cringe when I fucking say that shit. We
Oh,
were
that
supposed to
is.
talk on Xbox, but I forgot. I completely forgot about that, so that's on me. But when I instead of just sending me a contact, the folks at 1MD is like, what? What? Anyway, um, when I was in there, 1MD told me to fucking slap on your tags, just say you're a 1MD a rep, and just go in there, fucking. It's like, okay. Mind you, I already been drinking, so we go in there, and when I get there, like, everyone said that fucking the community chat's cancer. It's just like, but I got there, it's all quiet, and all of a sudden, Cav and the fucking Vice Admiral dude is fucking going back and forth. It's like, what the fuck? But I'm
Yeah,
not sure if they're still around or if they're switching to a different team, though.
there's always stuff going on though in the community to do with kit and simulation and everything. I mean, yeah, it's sort of just going about, especially with us and that, but everything's sort of.
I think
It
Well,
it
is.
will
yeah,
always be just an ever constant issue in MilSim because no one will ever like 100% agree with everyone else. There's always going to be that one person, just who comes in and say, well, I think this should be that, and you'd be like, well, no, here's a whole bunch of verification, here's military advisors, here's historical documents, or whatever it is, and they're just gonna be like, no, I don't buy it.
yeah, it was pitched that in the BFI chat that there should be MAs. Now there was a couple people, like 2 or 3 in particular, that were raising hell about, oh, why should there be MAs? They didn't fight in World War II. It's like, I mean, that's true, but they know a lot of shit, like what a lot of units in fucking Army or Marines or Navy or whatnot used, like weapon wise. Like in the Navy, you got on the Navy destroyers and Navy ships in World War II, you had the M1 Grand, Tommy gun, 1911. Not too sure about a bar. That might have been on certain ships. But
I think I've seen
Marine
the
Corps,
Pacific, and I think there was a BAR
yeah,
in that. I don't know.
yeah.
Mm.
I mean, Army had fucking Grands from hell. Marines had Grands, but you seen like, I'm not sure how if you want to use the Pacific as accuracy, but I guess so. They're at the early stages. Some of them had bolt actions until they got resupplied with actual M1s.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, it was the classic bit in the Pacific where they go raid the army supply bit, and
I love that
they
one.
open up the weapon cache, and there's all the weapons, and they're like, "Oh,
I
the
don't
army
even
get all
think
the
they
good
actually
shit."
took it though. You
Nah,
don't
nah,
see
they
when you see them running around, when you see them running away, you don't see anyone fucking strapping a couple of those new rifles.
nah, they take the food, and obviously the guy gets
Yeah,
nicknamed
everyone just
Peaches,
takes
doesn't he?
crackers, cherries. Someone grabbed a whole box of cheese, as I remember.
I know one guy took
But
loafers and some cigars. I don't...
loafers, cigars. Next thing you know, his fucking officer just comes up and he has a fucking case of like Johnny Walker or some kind of bourbon whiskey.
Oh, I'd love a case of
It's
Johnny
like,
Walker right now. Oh, that'd be
fucking
amazing.
hell. They still probably selling that Game of Thrones special edition one, White Walker.
Hmm. No. I think just
This
plain old
fleet
Johnny
must be
Walker
doing
for me.
something. They currently got
Oh,
25 people in their server.
who?
Fifth Fleet. We were
Fifth
talking
Fleet.
about them earlier.
Oh yeah, what the fuck? Might be some training going on or something.
Hmm.
Hmm.
or it just might be
Never
some
anything wrong with
just a
taking
JTO or something going
a
on.
nosy peek.
Or I'm not sure if 4&D's fighting them still, but anywho's word is that at the end of the month we're supposed to get private games. Pardon me. Supposed to get private games on Battlefield 5. Is the world is you know fuck it, I'm just gonna for
If you need the
sakes
abbreviation,
of,
just say 1RRS.
I'm just gonna say
That's all you
Scotland
need
Regiment.
here.
Fuck it.
Go for it.
Concerning the Scotland Regiment, are you guys going to head over once private games come out, or are you already in the community?
So currently to date, there's no plans really to kind of move over to Battlefield 5. I know myself personally, but I know a lot of people also disagree.
I mean,
Like, I don't see Battlefield 5
If
being
anything, you guys already have all
the
the
next big
weapons you
platform.
need.
Yeah, like that is true now.
You
I
got
just don't
tanks,
see
you
Battlefield
got
5
your-
being the next big MilSim scenario. I know it's more just a lot of people just want something new, which is why Battlefield a lot. But
That's
it's the
why a
fact
lot
that
of
you
people
can also
went from
see where
Battlefield 4 to Battlefield 5.
yeah, but it's because
Which-
you now have like people are adamant that Battlefield 5 is going to be the next big thing, and yet here you have now
Yeah.
everyone's jumped over to DayZ.
Yeah,
You know?
I mean, as far as I know,
Like-
I haven't seen much people go to DayZ, but when it comes to BF5, you see, like, everyone pretty much come to the understanding is like, they already fucked up. Like, DICE already knows they fucked up, so they assigned their, I guess you call them their A team, their DICE LA. They took over. Now, people were bitching, it's like, oh, shit's taking too long. I was like, fucking, you understand that the group that took over has to fucking fix everything the group before them fucked up. Like, they have to go through everything, make sure everything's right. If I remember correctly, there's the patch notes, the patch notes was just released, and people were going through it for QA reasons. But now that you have, I guess you could say, a quality group on it now working to try to save this game, you have. I just lost my fucking train of thought right there.
I think
It's
like
gonna-
the World War II element
we-
is new and everyone enjoys it, but I think everyone prefers Modern Warfare.
Hmm.
That's
Yeah.
No, I'd agree with
Oh
that.
shit,
Yeah.
man! I seen a play gameplay of that. That shit looks sick. Like, it looks better than I wouldn't say Modern Warfare 2, because Modern Warfare 2 is it's the second game I played back in when I started playing on Xbox Live back in the 360 days. But
Hmm.
oh,
like I played that in Halo way before I even bothered getting into Battlefield. But like,
I was a
back to, like-
Battlefield combat, yeah.
I think it was
yeah, go
back
on,
when
yeah.
Battlefield 3 was coming out.
Mm. No, I just
Um,
personally, I just think really with it, it's just people want something new to play. Battlefield 5 offers that to them, but a lot of people see, like, even with the rented servers and all that, it's just
Yeah.
not actually what they want. It's like it's temporary
exactly.
satisfaction, you know. It's a band-aid to a missing limb, you know.
And a lot of people like pointed out, and it's I guess this is kind of the norm. They made Battlefield 5 World War II because Call of Duty was World War II for a bit,
Mhm.
but now Call of Duty is going back into Modern Warfare, and with the new, everyone knows Battlefield Bad Company 3 is coming out. However, that's gonna be on the newer game console, and that's a lot of people in the community are not going to be able to get on that as soon as it drops. Like, it could be like when the Xbox One came out. It was like $500 for like the 1 terabyte or some shit. I mean, a lot of people just sold, like, got up to like $200, $300, sold their Xbox Slims or whatnot, Xbox 360 Slims, and took that, like, sold it for like 200 or so. But like with this, I'm not sure if they're going to be like stingy and try to go, oh, for this new Xbox, it's going to be $1,000 or some shit like that. Or if they're just
I
going
wouldn't be
to
surprised.
keep it to what the average Joe,
Yeah,
the average Joe
I don't think
Schmo
they'd
can
get
get
away
it
with
for like
it.
500.
I think
I
they've
think
got
Yeah,
different specs. I
With
think
what consoles
what
are
they
looking
said.
like, you know, they'll probably balance out. Usually, they're like brand new. They'll
They're
probably start off
supposed
about
to.
400 or something like that, and they'll
I'm
just
not.
gradually
Yeah,
go
I'm not
down.
sure
So
when exactly they're gonna. They're gonna fucking announce it either at next year's E3 or PAC or whichever is the next
mm,
Game Fest or some shit like that. But Jim, I just ran out of beer, so I'm gonna run to the fridge real quick.
God, you'd swear with how long
One
it took
question.
you last time you were going to get a whole case
Well,
of
I had
them.
to take a
But you
leak
only
too.
came back at one, so.
I had to fucking take a leak. Get off my back. Fucking. So here's the question: if you have teams coming from Battlefield 4, and they have a team that's wasn't around, they claimed a unit that wasn't around in World War II. Do you think that they should, before they join the community, do you think they just should do some research and actually claim a unit that was around in World War II? Or do you think
Oh,
the
yeah.
community should just let them join as they are right now?
No. They should claim their. So, for example, if one Scots, which is the abbreviation for the unit we represent, if we did actually, I don't know, actually go over to Battlefield 5, it probably wasn't called the 1st Battalion Royal Regiment of Scotland. It was probably called something else. And it's the same with everything. And it's the same with, I always had the thought of doing the RF Regiment back in Battlefield 5 MilSim. The squadrons that are currently active in today's are completely different to how they used to be back in World War II. 2 Squadron was still around, but there was other different squadrons, and I think they can't just go, hey, I'm UKSF, or I'm this unit that was created back in, I don't know, during Afghanistan, some special forces unit. They can't just fucking go over to Battlefield 5. Like, I think they should do the research and pick a group, but I think how Battlefield 4 become, I think the Battlefield 5 community should review of what happened with Battlefield 4 and sort out the problem. So then in Battlefield 5, there's no problem with the community, there's no fucking bitching, there's no whining, which is what I like at the moment with this Axis and Allies. Which,
Yeah.
if you're in the Allies, you shouldn't be fighting other allies.
Are you talking about the Discord one?
Yeah, the Discord one, Is there a line one as well?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, I'm not in the line
I
one,
think
I'm
the
only in the
Discord-
Discord one as an MA, so...
Mm.
Yeah, I already know about that.
Yeah, like I think with the way it
just-
is in
I just
MilSim,
assign
where
people the roles
you
they
simulate
request.
units in modern, like in Battlefield 4, you simulate units that exist, or you should simulate units that exist, because that's what simulation
Yeah,
is.
or
You know,
like, for the most part,
It's-
you got teams that are like, oh, we're simulating fuck it, you know what? I'm just gonna use one of ours as a reference, or as an example.
Mhm.
That team, the actual unit, the first Force Reconnaissance unit, that's no longer around. But I mean, they're gonna use it anyway.
Yeah.
Like, I guess it's if it's a modern unit that's either still around or was just somewhat recently deactivated. I guess people are okay with that then.
If your unit was about, so let's say like 1FR has been around for a while, but like if you picked a unit that was around when you first created it and then it disbanded, then I can understand keep carrying it on because you want to still carry on the name. Obviously, everything else is a bit ishy, but if let's say,
But don't try to be that one person that goes through a legal process just to try to trademark
Oh yeah,
the name.
Oh
Oh
yeah, of
yeah.
course. Like,
That's
oh yeah,
just
you don't do that. As soon
that'll
as
be a
you,
fucking hell of a fight. To
yeah, of
see
course.
something like that.
Oh yeah, majority of people said no, the unit's not around anymore. You shouldn't simulate it on Battlefield 4. I'd be like, okay, fair
Yeah,
enough.
it's
If everyone agrees with that, then
deactivated, but
fine. Yeah.
the only person that would have for us it'll be the department. You guys it'll be like the Ministry of Defense. So it's like the fucking the 666 Devil Wing Fighter Group or some shit in the Royal Air Force gets deactivated. The Ministry of Defense still has control over that name because
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure if they copyright it or trademark it or what. Whatever legal go through, I think it's the US.
To be honest, they
You would-
recycle a lot of them because even with the Dam Buster Squadron, after World War II, that
Dam
was not
Busters.
around, and they do you know the raid? It was a very famous British
That's the
Bosch.
one with
Um,
low and drop a barrel-shaped bomb that just
Yeah.
like skims over the water
Yeah,
and
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
hits a dam and blows up.
yeah, so that after that was disbanded. I think I don't know years, but I know it was like no for years and years and years it was gone, but then they reactivate it with another squadron. The new they basically just react name, which is sometimes what they do. So and they do sometimes do that. They'll disband one squadron. So the Tornadoes they were disbanded. They're no part in, no longer operational. Them squadron names will just go back until the next sort of what happens really.
So it's like a draw at that.
With the army, I
Like-
think it's different, but yeah.
It's like drawing the
Yeah.
name from a hat, really.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I think the military. I'm not sure if the U.S. military does that, but if anything, I know the oldest serving. Fuck, what was it? U.S. thing guard unit. It's like an artillery unit in West Virginia. It's like it's. I read the story and apparently this unit was around Revolution and was still around in modern times where it's still used to.
Oh,
Like it's 2+ years old. It's like fucking hell. Surprised it lasted this long.
that's one thing that's good about the military. It always tries to keep up with the tradition and always carry it on, even when it's dead. It tries to
There's one.
revive it back.
This is an army tradition, as far as I know. Just like they fill up. Someone gets a toilet. I guess they just go to the store and boost
What about
toilet.
this?
They seal up one end that way shit doesn't leak out, and they fucking fill it up with a bunch of alcohol or some shit like that. And you got people coming in with cups, taking a scoop out of it and fucking drinking the shit.
Don't they some stuff like times that add like a sock because the
Yeah,
amount
like
of,
they before
tabbing you
anyone
guys
drinks.
do? Yeah.
Before anyone drinks it, they add all the shit that they want to add, or all the shit that they're supposed to add, and then once it's ready, the fucking people start lining up and taking drinks, or it's like certain people come up and take drinks.
Hmm.
I'll have to ask
Yeah, it
around.
is.
I'm not
I
sure what
remember
that fucking
seeing
thing
that.
is called.
I think it's called the Grog Bowl, something like that. I don't know. I remember.
There's something
I
where
remember
they pour
something
some alcohol
else
into a
on it.
boot.
Yeah.
Like they
it's
drink
like
out of a boot and
proper
they fucking.
around.
Fuck.
Back
I
to
don't
the
understand
Battlefield
what
5 thing, as we went a bit off track. But
Fuck it,
yeah,
we're talking
I
about
don't think
alcohol.
we'll go over. I
I'm
mean,
sitting over here drinking, damn it.
I mean, I would really like to, because I like the World War II, and I'd really love to do the RF Regiment. I mean, I've been approached to transfer and to sort of some American CEO approached me and asked me to basically to be in charge of the GMT part as an attachment and just run a small group of GMT guys on Battlefield 5. I suppose I'll take it into consideration. Obviously, the current unit on Battlefield 4, it's going well. The people I play with and sort of film with, like Doggo and other members of 1RS, like,
There was actually
pretty
a
decent, and obviously I don't want that to change.
there was a
so.
conflict recently in Battlefield 5. This person was dishonorably discharged from 7MD, and he was going around, and it was brought to, I forgot who brought it up, but someone was like, he brought him to Discord, and he got up to while he was in 7MD, he went into another unit's Discord as a new guy, I guess. He got up to the point where he had administrative capabilities, started kicking people, and it's like he was saying, like, long live 7MD or some shit like that, or get fucked by 7MD. Sack heard about this. Like, the guy was trying to look for Sack, and he finally got in touch
How
with
does
him.
MilSim work at the moment with no private servers? Because there's no.
I'm pretty
private
sure it's
servers,
like
so how
It's
can you
mostly
do this?
just
A lot of
dialogue.
clubs, isn't it?
Everyone's ready. Everyone's waiting for the private games, because I guarantee you, as soon as they come out, 5 War Docs drop. I'm willing to bet you. But yeah, I mean, Sack dishonorably discharged this guy because, and the guy was a private in his group. So some random private joined up. I mean, if anyone wants the guy's name, I'll look for it, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, definitely, because he could be a troublemaker even in other units or other games. It's always good to keep an eye out.
Alright. I'm just looking at the... I was looking at the fucking Bills game. Bills are going
So-
against Carolina.
Is it properly confirmed then? Private servers in September? Properly confirmed?
Yeah, they have been confirmed. I'm just now hearing about them possibly being cut the month. So like the end of the month, the beginning of the game's roll update. And when it rolls out, I can guarantee you there's going to be people that are going to be tested, and the people from Battalions are going to be testing. It's like, all right, what can we change? You can select which weapons your opponents are allowed to use, what vehicles are allowed or on and off, shit like that. As for scoring, I'm not too sure. If I had to guess,
It'd be very,
that
to be
it
fair,
would-
because of Battlefield 5 with their building system, defending a server will be amazing because you can build fortifications, which is what I'm interested in doing it. But
No, I think it'd be
Thanks.
MilSim would be interesting to say the least on Battlefield 5, but I feel like just with a lot of people kind of
It's
miss the
taken
modern
longer than
aspect
it
very
should be.
quickly.
It's taken longer than it should to where everyone's happy. It's like a lot of people point out, like, servers should have been out when the game dropped. But if you take a look at how Battlefield 1 came out, we didn't have servers for a while, and I was in that community from around the beginning of when it was formed up until the end when Battlefield 5 came out. People didn't have servers, so they would just talk in the chat, like just trying to spill ideas of what kind of JTOs they want to do. They are around
They ever
Battlefield
come out
4.
in
Say again?
did servers actually ever come out in Battlefield 1?
7th Fleet.
I mean, like private servers, did they ever come out
Oh,
in
sorry,
Battlefield 1?
I thought you were talking about my unit, but Yeah, servers
Oh no.
actually came out, and servers actually came out in BF4 or BF1. It just took a little bit, and this is a time when Dice actually did servers by themselves, like in-house servers.
Mm.
So they did that, and I wasn't around when BF4 came out. But for what people have been telling me is that when BF4 came out, they didn't have servers immediately as well.
Mm. And people have
I
just got
think it's
comfortable with Battlefield 4, which is understandable, and the modern aspect helps as well. Like the L85, oh, I love using the weapon, and do you know what I mean? And it'll be definitely hard to convert because obviously, whenever we went from Battlefield 3 to Battlefield 4, it wasn't just because it was a completely new console, but it was the same modern element. Obviously, more weapons, better weapons, and that's why people transferred. But this is literally going from future back to past, or present back to past, which is going to be difficult to actually convert everyone, which I think until actually the next Battlefield isn't going to come out until the next Xbox. So to be honest, even then, MilSim may die on Xbox Battlefield 4 or be on Battlefield 5. Obviously, we don't know yet, so.
No, I was saying this in the chat. I definitely Battlefield 4 them won't die until the servers get turned off. Or private servers get shut down. There will always still be Battlefield 4 MilSims.
there's
It's more
actually
just a
there's
lot of the
still
units will
Battlefield
probably
3
depart.
If I remember
Exactly,
correctly,
like
there's
yeah, like
still
it's
Battlefield
it's
3.
not until the servers ever get shut off, you know, because there's always
How
stubborn
they
few that will.
I was saying, remember when Halo 2 servers came, shut off? Like, was when they were shutting down Halo 2 servers. As far as I know, I'm not sure if they're back up or whatnot, but like that. As soon as someone says, "Hey, we're gonna shut down Battlefield 3 or Battlefield 4 servers," then you're gonna have a big rush up. As soon as the servers are gone, people are gonna have to drop money and get Battlefield 5 or Bad Company 3 back to us. The standard edition alone is like $20 at the time. But gents, let me leave you real quick. Use the bathroom.
Yes,
Let us know. Well, I'm going to just inform the people what the Scotland Regiment has going on, or put us on JTO request or something like that.
yeah, we'll do that.
Sure
We'll let you
thing.
go for a bathroom break whilst we entertain the audience.
Well, I'd say at this point more. I've been sitting back quite quietly, but that's because I am absolutely shattered.
Jump. So
Oh,
I can just do what a lot of people do and just shoot. We like to do operations to add a bit more of a actual training and increasing just into ticketing in terms like to do JTOs, which allows both teams to develop weaknesses and strengths, and relationship, which is our and obviously prepare obviously in case anything hostile in the future. There's that relationship started, but also from doing by analysing strengths in the future. But sometimes planned operations conducted or planned. Sometimes it'd be like, right, you move from this objective to this objective with a VIP maybe, but we always like to implement a bit of training, which allows the guys to increase skill and obviously have fun as well. Anything like to add, Doggo, on that?
yeah, no, it pretty much sums it up there. I'm not one for kind of giving long spiels. Basically, we like to focus on the word simulation and actually what that is, you know, not just sitting in an engagement, which most of the units that simulate it nowadays aren't really doing in the real world. You know, I know 1st Battalion, I'm not even sure if it's currently deployed at the moment. And, like, their headquarters is
No.
based in Belgium, sure, so realistically, we wouldn't really see that much combat. Majority of our trainings, operation alliances, or just friendly units, and also very similar scripted operations that we do, where we try and look at real life scenarios where British infantry were in an engagement, and we try and figure out a way that we can kind of reconstruct that in a game and so on. Where we'll have bring in forces to simulate the opposition that the British forces might have faced at the time, just to add a bit of more realistic elements. So even though we are military simulation, we also do a lot of real simulation as well, where we try and find real life examples and try and simulate that as best as possible, and just kind of things like that. And then also just doing the basic standards that, of course, everyone knows and love, being friendly skirmishes, JTOs, raids, things like that. But then again, we're also a very passive unit. We don't go out seeking hostilities. It's more if hostilities come seeking us, we'll face any challenges that get thrown against us.
Alright, I'm back.
We're more than we're. Oh, it's good to have you back there, Squid.
We were just
We're
discussing
starting to ramble
just
a bit
little
there.
things
So
about our unit, but yeah, basically to top it off to the audience on that, basically we like to help out. I mean, we're a British unit, so we like to help out other fellow British units because that's what we can do, and it's just for them British units to listen and to just try and simulate it at the highest standards like what we're trying to do, and it's basically trying to reunite and get everyone on the same page, and that's really our goal as well. So
Alright, quick question. Just kind of way off topic, but yeah, are any of you familiar with the guy named Christian Wade? He used to be a rugby star.
yeah, I'm aware of
What
him.
team? What rugby team was he part of?
and that, my friend, is why we have the beauty of the internet.
I'm too fucking
you on
blessed to look at the internet.
You're on about rugby, aren't you?
Oh no. Christian Wade is actually a member of the Buffalo Bills team now. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
He's part of the
Well,
International
he's-
Pathways program.
he's
Former
which-
England rugby player, but
Yeah,
it
Yeah,
doesn't
he's a
specify
former England rugby
his-
player that's brought in.
He
he's
played
brought
for
over
Wasps.
to Buffalo.
Oh, he
he
played,
played for the
Wasps.
Wasps.
Yeah.
Played for the Wasps.
Wasp.
Wasps,
Yeah,
yeah. Just it's a British team called the Wasps.
Pretty
Pretty
London
average.
Wasps, I think it's called.
Yeah, they're pretty average there. There's nothing incredibly
If
special
you guys
about them.
get a
So
chance, look up Christian Wade Buffalo Bills on YouTube, and he made a he made a 65-yard touchdown, and when he got the ball, he booked it, and I mean he booked it.
I think he was a winger in rugby, so he is a fast guy, and he's quite beefy as well.
Oh, he
so.
was fast.
I feel like a
It's
lot
not-
of rugby
people had
players
a hard
would
time
succeed very
catching up
well
to him.
in American football.
Yeah, he made. I was listening to the game when I was playing like Civilization 6 on my computer. I was listening to the game, and all of a sudden I hear the announcer saying like something. Christian Wade gets the ball, and all of a sudden he goes nuts, and he's just cheering like Christian Wade's going. He's at the Indianapolis 30, 20, 15, 10, 5 touchdown. It's like Jesus. And I actually saw the video. This guy booked it. And he was actually talking about like easier during the practice leading up to the Colts game or practice leading up to the Carolina Panthers game, which is happening right now. Is that he understands like when he was playing rugby they didn't wear pads, but now he understands like when they're wearing pads playing American football, they feel invincible. That's his words.
I mean, I've always
Hey.
been a rugby fan myself, so when I see people wearing pads, I just think pussies. But
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's
I mean, would you rather get hit like wearing no pads and like have something break, or would you actually wear pads, get hit like as hard as someone like get hit with the same amount of strength as a rugby player will get and still walk away from it unscathed, without no broken bones or nothing?
I think that's the thing about rugby, though. You take them risks, which is what I like. You go for a tackle,
Yeah.
and you could either
Even
come
with the
out
pads,
unconscious or not. But, yeah.
even with the pads, you still, even American football, with the pads, you still get injured. People come away with broken legs, broken wrists, broken arms, concussions from hell, or in the case of one Buffalo Bills player, paralyzed from like the waist down, I think, or it's like I'm not sure if it was paralyzed or some kind of injury where he's like slowly recovering, and like I think he's at the part where of recovery where he's starting to learn how to walk or something. I'm not sure if it's that kind of injury or if he's just like paralyzed. But this happened back in 2008 when injury I was talking about.
Mm.
But any Hoosers, I think we should cut it off here. I'm pretty sure it's what is it? Where am I looking at? It's currently 1:45 in London right now, so it's quite late for you guys. So I'm gonna do yourselves a favor. I'm gonna cut it short here.
Yeah, it's alright.
But thanks again,
goes up.
thanks again, gents, for taking time and being our guests in our rise from the fucking grave of hiatus.
Well, it's definitely our pleasure. It's
Palma, this ain't your first time, and this ain't your second time. This but like third or fourth time, isn't it?
Yes, something like that. Every time you don't recognise me until I actually come into the party as well. So there's RGR, IFR, and then obviously this now. So yeah.
Well, this shortly after we're done here on stream, we'll be putting this up on YouTube. Still, I mean, with all the videos we've done, we got about, if I remember correctly, on YouTube, we have about 300 plus, or close to 300 subscribers. I haven't checked it. Well, let me look at it right now. What we got? Yeah, we actually have 361 subscribers. So, even with all the subscribers and all those videos we upload, I still haven't fucking bothered to download, like, say Sony Vegas or something like that and edit the video. Like, I just upload raw and shit like that.
well, I think like with the videos there from when I watched the MilSim Real Talks, like the video, yeah, you can actually listen to the content. And, you think you know what's going on. So I don't think the actual videos themselves need editing. Like everyone seems to follow
Well,
them
like,
all right, and
mostly,
they're enjoyable to listen to. So
yeah, it's like mostly also like standard like intro and outro kind of thing.
I'm sure like most people have
Yeah.
it on like more as a background kind of thing, like where they'll be doing something, and they'll just more have the audio playing through anyway as well. So
Yeah, we're not like Kaibo where we have
the face cam,
like, I
the
don't do the
face
little
cam,
yeah, don't face
The
cam.
fa-
Like,
uh,
I don't do that. I want to stay mysterious.
uh,
Fucking. That's why if you ever see me upload, if you ever see my personal Twitter, and you notice the picture I put in my personal Twitter, that's an actual picture of me while I was in the Navy. Only things that are blurred out is my name and my face. Fucking I don't want people sending me fucking messages, call me at random times of the fucking day, or sending me stupid shit. Fucking guys, call me fucking what was it? What the hell was it? Sketchy or something like that. But after knowing this community for a while, I'm not surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if that shit happened.
They are like at the moment it's kicking off big time. Personal attacks all the time, and it's getting worse.
It's you got it. You got to. I'm not trying to defend this, so don't take it the wrong way. But you got to understand, it's the internet. It's gonna happen. Like, people are gonna do that regardless if you like it or not. You
Oh
can't
yeah.
go on the internet thinking, "Oh, this place is pretty cool. No one's gonna
Well,
track my shit."
it's a
Fucking, you
simple case of
can't
that
go
the
on.
internet, as much as people want to believe the internet, is not a safe
But
place,
yeah,
So
I
you just
mean,
have to be prepared
plus
for that, really.
it's not gonna be a safe place if you're running your mouth talking all sorts of shit. Because if you're gonna be that kind of guy, then yeah, people are gonna fuck with you.
Exactly. And then it's also the fact that a lot of people have
And
anonymity where people just don't know who they actually are. And you'll have these people
yeah,
who
people
talk
use
so much
alt
big smack
accounts.
and they just could be the smallest person in the world.
Yeah,
You know?
people use alt accounts or fucking. They don't like. There's people that openly put their faces out there, and then when they fucking start getting harassed, like fucked with, they go out and cry. I was like, oh, this is not what MilSim's about. I was like, fucking people tracking my shit. It's like, really? People tracking your shit even though you put your face out there?
Mm.
I maybe it's just me. Fucking,
No, I would
I mean,
definitely agree with you on it.
people get all butthurt about like shit that they do that, like, people like they put their own shit out there, then their own shit gets used against them. They cry about it. It's like, what'd you expect?
Yeah,
Exactly.
no, you're 110% spot on there, Squid.
Yeah, everyone needs just I would say they need like a little self-counseling, but they'll be asking too much from people, I guess. But
Mm.
anyway, losers, thank you, gents, for taking time out of your evenings and your early mornings, as it is right now. Um, so, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, this is the 1st Battalion, Royal Regiment, Scotland. Probably butchered that name, but I don't
No,
know.
you got spot on with it, so probably one of the few people who ever does. I don't know why, but everyone just seems to
So,
ignore the battalion part. It's always just the 1st Royal Regiment of Scotland. I'm like, well, there's
it,
only one Royal Regiment of Scotland, so of course it's the
what,
first,
what
but
are
it's
your
also the
tags?
last. So the
What are your
tags are one
tags?
RRS.
That's probably why.
Yeah, I think people just need to remember that
But
things can be in battalions as opposed to just pure regiments.
any,
So
any Hoosiers, guys, thanks for taking time out of your evenings and mornings to join us on episode 17. I'm not sure if we're going to do an episode 18 tomorrow, but I already have an idea of who we probably want to have on board. But any Hoosiers, thank you, and we'll see you guys on the next episode.